currently sweating my ass off right now in the car. The weather is beautiful. It's currently 26 degrees and I'm sat in a car with a black interior, so not the best place to be. In today's video I'm going to be helping you guys make your Fiesta ST faster. Reason why I'm only talking about the Fiesta ST, and this is for a limited amount of you. I don't know if all of you guys that are subscribed to me have a Fiesta ST, but I know this will help out a lot of people that do. It's because it's the one that I know most about. It's the car that I know most about. I've had it for over a year now. I've researched constantly every single day almost about the car, about mapping and the way the car works and the turbos and everything. I've also had experience. I've been standard, I've been stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Where do we start? I guess we should start with, you know, what you're looking for out of your car, really. The reason I bought my Fiesta ST is because I knew they were easily modifiable. They are quite expensive to modify for me, for an everyday guy. For other people there that may have, you know, better jobs than me, etc., better paying jobs, it may be a lot easier for you. So you've really got to decide, do you really want to modify it? Are you very happy with the way it drives per standard? You know, are you happy with the power? Because what we're talking about today is making it faster. You know, we're not talking about handling, etc., etc. We're talking about making it faster. So the main question is really, are you happy with the power that you're putting out? You know, what are you using the car for? Are you daily driving the car? Are you ever going to go on track days? You know, do you like blasting the car on B roads? Do you like having a faster car than everyone else? You got to ask yourself those questions really, and you got to, you know, think: do I want to make it faster for myself, or do I want to make it faster just to show off in front of people? And the reason I modified my car is because I love doing it. I done it for myself. I absolutely love having a car that's got grunt. I love having a car that's got that torque there. It's not the fastest car in the world, nowhere near. You know, I'm only 257 brake horsepower. You know, sort of around that anyway. Now that I've sorted out the wastegate and other things. But yeah, just ask yourself that question: do I really want to make my car faster? And if you do, then great, because that's what this video is about. So where do we start? I guess we start with stage 1. So before I speak about stages, let me just again quickly explain what stages are. So stages are a tuning company's way of breaking down power levels. So with every stage usually comes a hardware upgrade or a few hardware upgrades. So for example, your stage 1 requires a induction kit and a map. Your stage 2, you require an induction kit, an intercooler, a downpipe. Depending on what tuning company you go with, that will change, but you'll see it for the most part around the Fiesta STs. You'll see the same sort of pattern for most companies. Let's just quickly talk about those tuning companies before we go into detail on that as well. So in terms of tuning companies, you've got plenty to choose from. You've got the sort of main competitors there, which most people know about, most people go. So me personally, I'm with AT Motorsport, and AT Motorsport use a company called Perron's Maps for their Fiesta STs. So in terms of mapping, you've got Perron, you've got Mountune, you've got Speed, which is their maxed out software. You've got Revo, Collins Performance, LED Performance, which share maxed as well. There's tons of different companies for mapping. The main sort of idea behind the tuning companies is how they map their cars, really. And you know, certain tuning companies, they will fit parts for you as well. So they'll have these stage packages, which is what I'm talking about. And you can go with custom maps as well. I wouldn't personally go that way. I'd rather go with a company that's had relevant experience with these cars. They've had years of testing, etc., etc. But you can go the custom map as well, depending on you know, the kind of person you are. It's entirely up to you. In terms of tuning company, there are plenty, and they all do great things. And you're going to hear it all over the place, you know. I'm with Revo, I hate Perron. I'm with Perron, I hate Revo. I'm with Mountune, I hate Speed, and all this rubbish. But at the end of the day, it's all based off of experience, and not one person's experience is going to be the same as the other. So when it comes to choosing a tuning company, you've just got to pick yourself, really. Do your research, do what you think is best, and don't try and defame companies as well if you've heard bad things about them, because at the end of the day, defamation is never good, and there's always going to be rivalry between these companies. At the end of the day, they are competitors. They're tuning competitors, so they're going to want to be the best. They're going to want to, you know, squeeze out that extra horsepower to make people look and go, oh wow, I'm going to go with them now. So it's, you know, just do your research and go with what you feel is relevant to you. Like I say, me personally, I'm with Perron, I'm with AT Motorsport. Why? Because I like their logo. I liked how nice their customer service was for me, and I haven't had any issues with them whatsoever. They've been very good to me, and they're always welcoming me to go and visit them, albeit it is 4 hours away, 4.5 hours away. But another nice thing I really like about Perron as well is that you can use your tool, you can use an end user tool to put the maps on as well, which is very nice. A few other companies do this, but yeah, that's just something that I like about it. Let's talk about those stages. So a little something like this, a stage 1 map would be, for example, induction kit. Depending on which tuning company you go with, they'll recommend a different induction kit. Personally, I've got no gripes with the ITG induction kit that I'm using right now. Fantastic induction kit, and you can actually use them across the range. But other tuning companies will recommend other induction kits. But for the most part, the ITG induction kit is the best one that you can get in terms of mapping on your car. And by the way, if you're not looking to map your car, you're probably not going to get it any faster than what it is. Adding these bolt-on modifications and like exhaust system, decat, and induction kit can actually be detrimental to your performance if you haven't got a remap on your car, because of the fact that the ECU, which is the brain of the car, is not tuned for those modifications, for those hardware requirements. All right, so what you're going to find is, maybe you put an induction kit on, you'll feel like the car's faster. It probably isn't. You'll put a decal on, you're just going to get warning lights. Your air fuel mixture is going to be off, and you can even go to limp mode, which is essentially where your car cuts off the turbo and powers the turbo, and you won't have any power there whatsoever, and you have to turn off your car and blah blah blah, and your car won't be functioning properly. So take my word for it, if you're going to put modifications on your car, I would highly recommend getting a map to go along with it. Okay, so yeah, anyway, stage 1. For the most part, a stage 1 remap would be just an induction kit and the map. So for the majority of companies that you go with, that will be the same. So I know Mountain Tune are the same. You've got the MP215 kit, which is 215 brake horsepower, and then you've got Perron, which is their 240 brake horsepower stage 1 plus. And then you've got Revo, I believe, as well. So stage 1 Revo, which is about 230, I believe. I can't say figures, I don't know 100%. But a stage 1 map is just that. It's a stage 1 map. You're going to get a little bit more power, lots more torque, as with all maps, and you're going to enjoy it no matter what. Now, a stage 2 map is interesting because, for the most part, a stage 2 map maxes out the standard turbo, and it's with Perron, it's weird because the stage 1 plus and the stage 2 map are very similar in terms of their power figures, but the stage 2 map has the tendency to hold on to that power because of the fact that you're incorporating hardware such as a front mount intercooler. So you're going to go with a super stock intercooler or a big full fat, front facing intercooler, and a decat as well. And if you want, you can go with a catback exhaust, which probably won't change your performance very much, but the decat and the front mount intercooler definitely will do something there. And what you're going to find is that it's very similar to stage 1, however you're going to be feeling that torque for longer. You're not going to have any bogging down issues because of the fact that your turbo is getting the relevant cooling for that power. So stage 2 is a very, very happy middle ground there, and something that I would highly recommend for most people if you want to make the most out of your standard turbo and just make the most out of your car. Really just enjoy it, just really enjoy it on the back roads. You don't want to go too extreme, you don't want to spend too much money. Stage 2 across the range of tuning companies is a very, very good idea. Okay, so going on from stage 2, as most companies call it, you're going to be going on to stage 3. Now this is where it gets a little bit strange, because some companies like to quote stage 3 as just big boost pipes and a bigger intercooler and stuff. The majority of companies will say stage 3 is a replacement turbo. So for the most part, a stage 3 would be a hybrid turbo, which is a turbo that's been machined to drive close to stock levels, if you know what I mean. So you're not getting that waiting time between boost. You're putting your foot down, you're getting that power, and it's there. Not a lot of lag at all. Now I can't quote on turbos. I know a bit about turbos, but I don't know enough to really tell you guys everything about them, right? So I'm not going to do that. And I just went the complete wrong way on the motorway. Yeah, that was terrible. Okay, right. Anyway, so yeah, I can't quite quote on different turbos doing different things because I don't know that. But one thing that I do know is that stage 3 is a very big jump. What you're going to find is a big performance upgrade at the top end of your rev range, and a lot more brake horsepower as well as a little bit more torque. All right, so that's stage 3. It's essentially just a hybrid turbo replacement there. So going on to stage 4 now, this is where it gets very exciting and very interesting as well, because not a lot of people have got to this stage, and some companies quote stage 4, and I would quote stage 4 as well, as a full big turbo replacement with auxiliary fueling. So essentially what that means is you're going to be replacing your stock manifold, you're going to be replacing your downpipe, and you're going to be replacing your turbo with a big turbo, which is going to create big power. Along with that, you're probably going to be replacing intercooler for a big core intercooler, definitely big boost pipes, and you're going to be, you know, maybe going with an external wastegate, etc., etc. So you're looking at going with a sort of bigger turbo, such as a Garrett turbo or a big Borg Warner EFR turbo, something like that, which is where a lot of people don't make it. And you know, I originally wanted to go there, but it completely changes the standard feel of the car as far as I'm aware. And what I mean by that is the fact that, you know, when you put your foot down, you're going to be getting tons more wheel spin, you're going to be getting tons of lag with the turbo as well, or a little bit more lag than you'd normally expect. So a lot of people don't go that route, and as well, if you want to make the most out of a big turbo, you're going to want to go with a secondary fuel unit, and that's a lot of money, a lot of hassle, and you're also going to want to maybe be building your engine as well, like, you know, opening up your engine and forging your engine and changing all the internals, which for most people is not a cost-effective way of having fun. And personally, I wouldn't recommend it either. That's only for serious track usage, very serious, you know, drag usage. You probably wouldn't enjoy it that much on the road as much as you'd enjoy with a hybrid turbo, because of that instant response, that instant performance that you get with a hybrid turbo. Yeah, I think stage 3 is where most people should probably stop, and I think that's definitely the sweet spot. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to say, guys. Like I say, there's tons of different tuning companies, tons to choose from. Do your research, pick your tuning company, you know, maybe even throw them into a box and pick it out, because at the end of the day, all of these tuning companies that I've mentioned, all of the tried and true ones are absolutely fantastic. I'm yet to hear bad feedback about companies. I'm only, you know, I can only hear speculation. So yeah, I think that's everything for this video. One thing I didn't mention is supporting mods such as big brakes and LSD and stuff like that. But those are things that, you know, you guys would probably be doing if you were to get onto the serious track usage. For the most part, making your car faster, and if you like faster, more enjoyable as well, is my aim to sort of help you guys get there in this video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it wasn't too long for you, but I hope I informed you on all the things that I should have done. And if you've got any questions whatsoever, leave a comment down below, and I will reply to you as soon as possible. So yeah, until next time, guys, you stay frosty. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.